Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today we are talking about investment pieces. So what should we be spending our money on? What should we not, and why? So the goal of today's video is that by the end of it, you'll be able to start building a capsule wardrobe that is chic, classic, sophisticated, and that leaves you with a lifetime of good clothing, accessories, because there's no point in investing your money in things that you won't be wearing again or that will just sit there for ages. Okay, first up, a good quality handbag or briefcase that is leather. So a good leather bag can withstand the test of time. I still have some leather bags that my grandmother passed down to me and my grandfather passed down to my brothers that we are still using from the 70s. So these are really good crafted bags. Now, when you're choosing leather, make sure it's genuine, real leather. There are a lot of good kind of faux leathers out there where you think they're leather, but they'll end up peeling and cracking after a couple of years, or if they get wet. Choosing a neutral piece. This is actually a bag by Moschino Paris, but it's a leather bag. It's something that it's a color that I will wear fall, winter, into spring, and it's just an easy color to wear with many different styles, shoes. I could do black, I could do brown, I could do navy with this, but the first investment piece is an amazing bag. Now also think about this. How many times do we wear? You could spend the same amount on a sweater, a really nice dress or suit. But how many times are you wearing that dress or sweater, say? Probably a few times per season. But a bag, a handbag or a briefcase could be your daily go-to. So I want you to start thinking about how many times will you be wearing this piece? That's what makes it an investment piece. Also with leathers, you can have a piece that you wear many times. It could get scuffed, could be a leather shoe, it could be a leather handbag or briefcase, but good leather polish can bring a bag back to life in no time. I've got a bag, a quilted black bag that, just with a little bit of black polish comes to life, and I do that once a year and it looks brand new again. So just remember, with good leathers come leather polish, and you can kind of always make it look new every season. Number 2, classic jewelry or a timeless watch. Now, what makes something classic or timeless? First, the quality. So think about, the brand. Is it a respectable brand? Something that you can trust, something that you can rely on. But 2, clean lines. So an example of clean lines that I like to give would be something like this bracelet. People ask me all the time, Myka, where's your bracelet from? I wear it almost every day. But actually, if you look really closely, it's really old. This is actually my grandmother's. And you can see all the dents that it has in it. But the dents I love. It gives it character and reminds me of what she must have been doing when she got those dents. So it's one of my favorite things that I own. But that's clean line. It could be in style today. It could have been in style back in the 70s, which is when she had it. And hopefully I can pass it down to my daughter and it will still be in style. So think about watches with clean lines, jewelry with clean lines, but that's an investment piece. The third thing when you're thinking about jewelry or watch, the material. What kind of material is this made of? If you say, well, the watch that I want, I don't have the budget for now. Again, my number one tip, look for second-hand pieces. Look at a watch of your birth year. Find something like that that has a story to it. Maybe then you can get the brand that you want. Ask for heirlooms in your family that could be passed down. Maybe your grandfather no longer wears his watch, or your grandmother no longer wears her bangle, or whatever it is, and they'll let you. So, make sure you are looking at family pieces, but if you're buying pieces, an investment piece would be something like that. Next, high quality fabrics, but specifically silk. Silk is something that can definitely stand the test of time. You could have a beautiful silk scarf or silk tie that is just as fashionable today as it was 50 years ago and as it will be in the future. Even a pocket square, think about something like that. But silk is the way to go. I think it's timeless, it's elegant. This scarf here I actually got at a Zurich fair, secondhand fair. This is by YSL, and it is just so easy and chic and simple to wear. Something that I just think I will have for the rest of my life, and is something that is just really You know, you could have it as a belt, you could have it around your neck, you could just put it with a jacket. I mean, there's just so much you can do with a scarf. How you tie it, I do have a scarf tying video on YouTube if you want to learn how to do that properly. But then I also have, you know, this is another one I actually got where I had everybody on my Instagram channel vote live if I should buy it or not. This was at a Parisian, this is a silk scarf from a Parisian vintage market that was 10 euro. And it's probably one of my most worn silk scarves. I actually had this on earlier today, and I just put it with a trench, and it elevates any outfit. My husband, he'll put on a silk pocket square with something casual. It just brings that look straight up. It's just so beautiful. This is a newer silk scarf by Hermes, something that's classic. You could literally do so much with this, and good quality silk will never go out of style, but also it will last. So invest in fabrics. In terms of what not to spend money on, be careful of really trendy things. You think, oh, but it's so on trend right now. It's on every runway. I saw it on that amazing celebrity or whatever it is that you saw and you loved it, or the magazine, it was on the cover of Vogue, whatever it was. But it cost, you know, as much as maybe 5 investment pieces that you would have gotten elsewhere, and you probably wore it once or twice, or it's so outrageous that you really wear it once, and then can you wear it? How many times can you really wear that fluorescent yellow raincoat with sequins on it, you know? So, or maybe if many times, good for you. But so just be very careful. This is something that I think you want to think about when you're talking about investment pieces. So what can you wear over and over again? If you're looking back, if you're kind of going back through your wardrobe to kind of cleanse, if you have not worn something in a year, which means all 4 seasons, then it's time to toss it. I do this exercise every single year. And so I go through everything. Have I not worn it in all 4 seasons? It's time to donate it. When I say toss it, I like to donate things. My friends and I in the past have done a swap where we've had a party where we bring wine and everybody brings 5 handbags or accessories, and we do an accessory swap, which is so fun. And you get to I think that's such a fun idea, and it's also a nice way to help the environment in terms of not just always buying and then discarding. So that's one fun idea that you can do there. Now, I will be reading the comments. This is the fun part. I want to know, what is your best investment piece that you've ever purchased? What is it? I think mine would probably be, I've got one bag that I just wear. It was like my first present I bought myself as an adult when I had a big client, and it was a reward, and it's something that I can bring. It's a handbag that I bring to social meetings, and it could be work meetings, and it fits a laptop, and it's a beautiful black bag that I love. So that would probably be mine, and I think I will one day pass it on to my daughter. And but then my regret would be I bought this fluorescent yellow belt that was by a luxury brand that was on the catwalk, and I just saw it and I fell in love with it, and I maybe had a glass of wine with brunch, and then in New York City and on 5th Avenue bought this belt, and I wore it once, and then I saw my girlfriends the next week and they were like, what is that? And I was like, I love it. I'm owning this belt. And then I never wore it again, and it's probably somewhere in my house still if anyone wants it. But anyway, that's my biggest regret. Okay, I want to hear from you, and let's learn from each other. What should we be buying? What shouldn't we? Any other tips you have? And let's go from there. All right, and on that note, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, and make sure to like, subscribe, share. That helps the channel grow, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm sending you all lots of love, and thank you. This is such a kind community. I'll be paying attention to the comments.